Catering Project, where we'll be learning how to do some math that would be important if you're ever running a small business. Let's start off with 3 vocabulary terms that anybody running a business would need to know. Revenue is the amount of money that a company brings in over a certain time period. Cost is the amount of money that a business is spending over a certain time period. In other words, the amount of money going out. Profit is the difference. It's how much money a business is really earning after considering both revenue and cost. Profit's pretty easy to calculate. You just take the amount of money coming in and subtract off the amount of money that you had to spend. In other words, revenue minus cost. Something else a business owner might be interested in figuring out is what percentage of the revenue they're profiting. This can be found by taking the profit and dividing it by the total revenue. Finally, our last business calculation is going to determine if a self-employed job is worth it. By dividing the total amount of profit you earn by the number of hours you had to work to earn it, you can calculate your hourly earnings. And you can use this to compare your job to other jobs that pay by the hour. So the project you're going to be working on is going to require you to do some conversions for different reasons throughout the project. One of the biggest reasons you'll need to do a conversion is the fact that we are going to be catering for large groups. So oftentimes you'll find a recipe for a small group of people. In this case, maybe this recipe serves 8 people, but you need to feed a large group, maybe 60 people. So we need to learn, how do we convert this 8-person recipe into a 60-person recipe? So let's do that for one item on the list. They want us to determine the amount of sugar necessary to make enough for 60 people. So this is an 8-person recipe up here, and we want to convert it to figure out how much sugar is necessary for 60 people. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a proportion. We're going to take that 1 cup of sugar that we know we need to serve 8 people, and we're going to convert that to determine how many cups we need to serve 60 people. You always want to make sure that your units stay the same on the top and bottom. So if I have people on the bottom of the first ratio, I need people on the bottom of the second ratio. Now, the thing I don't know in this problem is I don't know how many cups I need, so I'm just going to put C, a variable. And then I'll solve by cross-multiplying. 8C equals 60. And I'll divide both sides by 8 and get an answer that I need 7.5 cups. Now, you'll be needing to do that for your project for every single item on your recipe list. Another reason you would need to be able to do conversions is to determine how much of something that you need to buy. So we know that we need 7.5 cups of sugar. And we know that sugar only comes in 1-pound packages. So we need to figure out how many pounds of sugar do I need in order to have enough sugar. So after a Google search, I learned that there are 2 cups of sugar per 1 pound. So if I want to find out how many pounds 7.5 cups will be, I'll set up another proportion. So I'm going to cross multiply and get 2x equals 7.5, and I'll divide both sides by 2 and find out that I need 3.75 pounds of sugar. Well, if it only comes in 1-pound packages, then I'm going to need 4 packages. 3 wouldn't be enough because that'd only be 3 pounds, and I need 3.75. So sometimes you have to buy too much, and I'm going to have to buy too much because not enough is not going to cut it. In this lesson, we learned that revenue is the amount of money going into a business, cost is the amount of money going out, and profit is the difference. We also learned that in order to make key conversions to recipes and determining purchasable amounts for our project, you need to be able to set up proportions. If you learned anything else, please write that down now. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.